In late 2019, I bought $7,000 worth of Tesla stock. Over the next couple of months, that stock shot up to $22,000. Feeling great, I took that money and started day trading. I started out strong, made a few thousand here, a few thousand there, but then, as you might imagine, disaster. I blew up the account, feeling horrible. Looking back now, that original position would be worth $191,000 if I had just held. What I want to talk about today is the mistakes that I made and the rules that I came up with for my investing career to make sure that something like that never happens again. I want to start out with why Tesla. For me, it's a great company. They were building the future. They had an important mission, just moving the future to a sustainable energy environment. They also had the added benefit of self-driving cars, two things that I greatly believed in. And then we had the additional benefit of the founder, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is someone who's pushing our world forward. He's an innovator, and he's a genuine good person, in my opinion. There are many reasons to invest, but the combination of those two, for me, was all it took. I took everything I had made throughout my working career from 16 years old to 21, which is about $7,000, and I went all in on Tesla. My first mistake was I had these great gains. Everyone was saying, you should sell, it's a bubble, it can't go on. So I folded. I ended up selling my whole position. And unfortunately, the worst mistakes yet to come. Feeling good, with more money than I've ever seen, the $22,000 I had from selling my Tesla position, I wanted to keep it growing, but I didn't have another Tesla I wanted to invest in. But I have seen people talk about day trading, and I figured to myself, how hard could it be? Why can't I be the 10%? I started watching YouTube videos, diving deep into different strategies and things that I could do to be successful as a trader. I started out strong. I made a few $1,000. The next trade, made another couple $100. Third trade, another few thousand. At this point, I'm sitting on $28,000. Felt incredible, thinking to myself, maybe I am special. Maybe I am the 10%. But, like any gambler, I wanted to let it ride. I was all in. My $28,000 feeling great. I started another position, but this time it was different. Instantly, I dropped $3,000. But, my naive mind, I thought it's got to come back. I've done all this research. All the charts say it's going to come back. But exactly as you would expect it, dropped another $4,000. And at this point, I feel terrible. I feel that gut punch from that classic Robin Hood video, the guttural. So I panic. I go to hit the sell button, but Robin Hood has a warning. I've hit the pattern day trader rule. My account is under $25,000. I've made more trades than I'm allotted in a week, and I'm not allowed to sell. They forced me to watch my position drop to basically my initial investment. The hardest part is looking back. Those shares today, those 28 shares of that original purchase, after a 5-to-1 split and then a 3-to-1 split, would equal 420 shares. The prophecy was fulfilled. There was no other number it could be as 420. I mean, to me, I couldn't believe it when I did the math. I had to do it a few times. I don't say this for you to feel sorry for me. I'm not the first person to make a quick dollar just to lose it, and I most definitely won't be the last. But what's important is the lessons that I learned from my painful experience. What I was doing wasn't the proper way to invest. I was buying and selling based on what other people said, based on what someone online I don't even know said. I had no rules or no framework to actually invest. Things had to change. I needed to understand that getting rich was a long-term process. The game isn't meant for you to get rich in 20 minutes. It's meant for you to get rich in 20 years. So I needed to build something that I could have as my foundation for my investment career That way, in uncertain times, I could fall back on it and live by it and have it guide me in my investment career. My challenge to you is to build a set of rules that you can invest by throughout your future. I'll give you a couple of the rules that I created after this painful experience, but ultimately these rules need to be something that you can guarantee your wealth over time. They need to be slow and steady and long-term oriented. Rule number 1 is to know the company and to know the why. Knowing the company is a simple, well, I shouldn't say simple. It is, there is a good amount of work that goes into it, but understanding the financials, the profit margins, the revenue numbers, all the things that go into the actual analysis of a company to see if it's a sound investment. What goes along with that is the why. If you understand the mission and the why of the company, you might have an opportunity to see something that other investors don't. In the case of Tesla, if you looked at this as a car company, that car company was clearly overvalued. But if you looked at this as a company that's building autonomous vehicles, building AI that can be implemented on a larger scale than originally thought of, the value comes more in line to what you would want to invest in. My second rule is never go all in. I say this because life is so uncertain. There's so many things, whether it be policy, weather, or just whatever, that can really negatively impact your portfolio. And in my experience, this event, losing all this money, it set me back so many years. It took so long to get back to where I could have been if I just held on and invested the right way. Really, I would say just don't set yourself up for a catastrophic failure. Having a diversified portfolio gives you a chance to build for the long term. Rule number 3, find your edge. As retail traders, we don't have algorithms like the big hedge funds do. We don't have the Bloomberg terminals. We don't have the credit card data. But what we do have is the ability to invest for the long term without worrying about shareholder value. These big hedge funds and different investment firms, they have to match the S&P 500. They have to match their competing funds because they can't underperform. So they have to buy and sell when they don't necessarily need or want to. And this is important. This is a big reason why, as retail investors, we have the capability to outperform the markets, because we're investing for the long term on our own accord, not to satisfy some other need. There are so many other rules out there for investing. There are granular rules like not investing in companies with a PE over 30. There are high-level rules like not investing in certain sectors. But ultimately, these rules need to be something that guide you and can help you in your investment career. Take my story, take my losses, follow your rules, and let's become wealthy the right way. If you have a rule that you want to share, please drop it in the comment. Let's help everyone in the community get better at investing. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe, and thank you. We'll see you in the next video.